Music theory does not matter. For most of you. When I was 18 and decided to go study music, I had this idea in my head that the more I knew about music and music theory, the better my music would be. And it doesn't take a genius to tell you that that's not necessarily true. Music theory can certainly help you write music, but it doesn't necessarily output good music or, entertaining music. My perspective on this is like this. I'd rather have a stronger musical intuition and more developed ear than knowing the vocabulary of what chord or what technique I'm using in the song. The majority of artists today that people worship, and even before, like not even today, like way back, like they aren't thinking about the music theory. They're not thinking, oh, I'm going to go 1-5-6-4 and that will be beautiful. They're not consciously thinking on that level. Some of them might be, but like at the end of the day, you don't need to be is the point. In fact, and I used to be this way, the people that kind of treat their knowledge of music theory as kind of like a rite of passage, they really irk me, you know what I mean? Because a lot of those people admire artists and people who don't know the music theory, and the last thing that you would do is go up to one of your favorite artists and patronize them for not understanding music theory. It doesn't discredit the music, it does not discredit the artist. It doesn't matter. The reality is, you only need to know a few patterns in music to be a successful artist or have a hit song or whatever your goal is as a musician, right? Unless your goal is to have your music acknowledged by the scholars like 200 years from now, you don't need to implement all 3 augmented 6 chords and the Neapolitan. You're safe, I promise you. That being said, if you have knowledge of music theory, it doesn't necessarily make your music worse, but if you're someone like me, you overthink that shit. It's not good. When I say overthink, I just mean you're not using your brain efficiently. Basically, if you know all those chords, if you know all the vocabulary, don't get stuck on, using every tool in your tool belt. That's something that young artists will kind of go to because you're lost, right? You're in the middle of making something, you're like, oh, what do? I better grab this and this. You don't need to do that. Sometimes less is more, oftentimes less is more. If you think that learning music theory is the answer to you writing better songs, it very well may be, but I think most of you who are watching this, most musicians in general, songwriters, you're better off just listening to sounds you like and trying to recreate them. Listen to it while you're at a piano or while you're at your guitar, or just sing it back. You have to audiate these things, right? And you'll learn a lot more just from that, because you'll have it in your body. You'll have it in your body. Like, there's a tremendous learning value to that. It's I forget the word for it, but one of those. It's more than visual. Visual's also good. If you're at the piano or at the guitar, you'll see it, right? You hear it, you see it, you feel it. That's how you can learn it. You don't need to know the term for it. Anyway, that's it. Leave me a like. Subscribe to the channel, alright? Subscribe to the channel, alright? Leave a comment, alright? See ya.